Hey golfers, in this next video I'll be talking about rib cage golf swing. Keep watching. Hey, it's Troy from hittingitsolid.com here. Thanks for watching. So in this video I'm talking about rib cage golf swing. So what am I talking about? This is obviously our rib cage here, and everyone's got some of those. So how does that make you make a better golf swing? Well, a lot of golfers I see, they use a lot of their hands and arms in the golf swing, and that might look something like this, where you get very wristy and you're using a lot of the smaller muscles to move this golf club. And you need these smaller muscles to generate speed in the golf swing, but it makes it difficult if you're using them as your most, I guess, maximum lever. It's just going to result in a lot of inconsistency. So we need to use those bigger muscles in the rib cage. If you can focus more, this is a really different feel. If you can focus more on your ribs, moving your body, your arms and the rest of your golf swing, your shoulders, everything will follow. So it's a really different feel in the golf swing, feeling like that rib cage moves. So I'll show you from here. This is great also if you lack flexibility in your golf swing. I'll set up to one here, and what my focus is going to be, I'm going to feel like my rib cage area here is doing the turning like this, and as I do that, my shoulders, my arms, my hands, they should all just come along for the ride. So I'm going to focus on turning that rib cage. And when you do that, you should feel a stretch in your rib cage at the top of your backswing, particularly in this lead or this left rib cage area there, should feel a stretch. Now in the downswing, the opposite will happen. As you get into the downswing, you should feel this rib cage really getting into this flexion or this flex state. As you're sort of squeezing into your abs, this rib cage area will squeeze, and you'll get into that different sort of impact position. So from this angle, at the top of the backswing, the rib cage gets into that extension state. It's really extending, especially this area here. In the downswing, it's really getting into that flexing sort of state as we really crunch in and get into this position here. Now, if you're someone that you classify yourself as not very flexible, think about this. If I was to stand up to a golf ball here, keep my feet close together, so that's going to make it difficult for me to make any sort of rotation. But if I focus without a club, just making a turn, just turning my rib cage, I can comfortably make a nice turn back and through. However, if I asked you to do it with your hands and arms, with your feet together, it's really difficult to make. I don't even know what degrees that turn is, but it's really difficult to make a proper full backswing. But if I'm focusing on turning my rib cage, it's much easier to get that turn and have a more consistent golf swing. So if I get over to one here, and the idea of really focusing on the rib cage is it helps you make an easier swing that's a lot less stress on your body, which is what we all want, which will help you become a lot more consistent. So I'll get over one here. So the focus is turning the rib cage back. We're going to turn the rib cage, and then we're going to squeeze it, turning the rib cage again through to impact and beyond. This is the same feel for your driver as well. Works exactly the same. If you think this really helps you out, make sure you smash that like button. I really appreciate that. Put the club down. So how I want you to practice that is get in your stance, just put your arms across your chest, and just feel like you can make a golf swing just turning your rib cage. So I'm over the ball, I'm just turning the rib cage, feeling that stretch. You do this right, your shoulders, your your arms, your hands, everything should follow. You should be able to make a more repeatable golf swing. Just feeling that rib cage do all the work. Let's get over this way. I'm really feeling like those ribs, or even that core area as well, is initiating the whole golf swing. And you can practice this, doing nice slow rehearsal swings. Do this as a pre-shot routine before you get to the course. That will really help you play a lot more consistent golf. Now, really important to help you out, I've got a video coming up that talks about the left shoulder and how keeping it down in the downswing can help you hit the ball a lot more solid. It ties right in with this video to help you play better golf, so make sure you watch it. It's coming up. Do you want to know how to play better golf? Click and watch the video on your screen now. It's going to go into more detail about how to keep the left shoulder down in the downswing, which ties in really well with this video to help you make a great golf swing. Do you want to know how to play even better golf? Consider subscribing to the channel. And remember, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.